This is Roger with Wheel Kinetics in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this truck as a 1999 Ford F350 crew cab dual rear wheel. It's a 7.3 liter turbo diesel. It's two-wheel drive. Originally it was a Lariat. It is a theft recovery. They stole the seats, so now it's an XLT. It's got the Lariat emblems on it, but it's an XLT. We put cloth seats in it because that's what we could find. Got 264,000 miles on a clear title. It was a theft recovery purchased directly from an insurance company in San Antonio. It had been run through a fence. When we bought it originally, it had a big push bumper on it. Had a dent like on top of this fender. We actually have a white truck that we use around the shop, and we just stole its fender and put it on. It's getting very sad because we also stole its hood. The hood had a bunch of scratches. You can't see. We will have before pictures where it had the push bumper on it, and you won't see any of that stuff. I'm just telling you why and how and the whole bit so that you know what happened. Obviously, we didn't change the doors. What happens is they run them through the chain link fence, and you get this. Okay, so this has been touched up on the pillar. It broke a few, broke three, specifically lights up on the roof when it went through the fence. So we replaced those. It's a nice truck, really nice truck, runs great. Just went through a fence. It's got this, see how these are all touched up right there? It's actually not a bad looking truck, especially now we did that fender and the hood. And they're factory paint because they came off of about a twin to this truck. Our vehicle, which is starting to look sadder every day. Let's see. When we get it in, we do about a 2-hour inspection. When we did that, that's what this looks like. We discovered that it needed batteries. It needed those 3 roof lights I said. It needed a windshield, and it needed both power side mirrors were bad, of course. The fence tore those up to pieces. It doesn't have a radio. It doesn't have a catalytic converter, which you diesel people know why. But it doesn't. We have to announce that. Most of you won't need it in whatever state it's going to based on the year. It also has a tuner on it, which of course helps with the emissions issue. But if you want us to put a catalytic converter on, we can get one and get it installed. Just add $350 to it and we'll do it. I suggest that you look into that if you're in California especially, so you don't have any emissions problems there. Okay. Anyway, the hood is great. A couple little rock chips here and there. Obviously this fender is better than it was before, but it's not perfect. As you can see, there's a little bit of stuff down there, but like I said, that fender on the previous fender that was on this, you can't see it in the picture, but from about right here to right here, it had a nice little dent, probably the post or something that was part of the fence. The tires all the way around are about 20 or 30%. This is going to be a great value. Obviously, it's got some cosmetic issues. Got a crack in this, little chunk out of there. I mean, this is a tow vehicle. If you're looking for beauty, you're not going to find it here. If you're looking for a good tow vehicle, that's going to be a great value with a 7.3, and it's on a clear title, which is very unusual for a theft recovery that's got any age on it at all. Then this would be a good buy. It does have a work box. Obviously, it has another fuel tank underneath that work box. Let's see what else we got. Oh, these are jump off points. I don't know if you had a race car or whatever. It's not connected to the battery under the hood right now, but obviously you could have jump off points there for whatever you want to do, boats or whatever. It does have a nice spare. It is our deal that we tell you what we know. There's no reason for any secrets here. This thing will be seen by literally hundreds of people a day, and someone will be accepting of its flaws. We don't need to BS. So what I'm saying here is, please watch this video, know what you're buying. A couple dents down there, that might have been part of the adventure it had that night. Just know what you're buying, okay? We don't want anyone buying something that isn't right for them. We don't need to sell something to you that isn't right for you. 264,352 miles. Obviously, you got all the gauges. You got this little tuner. It says DP tuner, and it goes up and down. And we have driven it with this tuner, and it does tune the vehicle. It does make it quicker and stronger and the whole bit. It does function. Anything more than that, we don't know. Okay? Like I said, this is a Ford fender right there. We took it off of our shop truck. New battery on this side. There's your Ford stamp on that side. Stickers when it belong. Sticker here. Ford stamp there. Ford stamp there. Obviously, it's got an aftermarket air box intake. We've really tried to find those lariat seats, but we buy so many of them that now they're coming from Canada, and it's taking forever. So we just made an XLT, and that just makes it cheaper than it would have been if we would have found the lariats. The front of the cup holder is missing, as you can see, but it's there. The console, we don't have a console for it. A lot of people take them out just so their dogs can get in and out a little bit easier, so I don't think it's really that big a deal. The cloth seats are in really good shape. Alright, passenger rear door. There's your window up and down. The headliner looks great. There's a little bit of a stain right there. It's not a hole, that's a stain. Kind of ridiculous to go over the small stuff, but inevitably, if I don't point out everything I've got in front of me, I will get called on it. People are a little insane at times. This is going to be such a good buy. I can't imagine somebody not being thrilled, but you never know. There's your mirror up, down, and sideways. Other side. These are new. I would say the only thing you really need on this truck anytime soon in the next couple thousand miles might be a set of tires, especially if you're going to drive it home from Tucson. You're going to come here. I would strongly suggest going to discounttire.com. There's a shop over here on Prince and Oracle here in Tucson. Go there, go to their site, find the tires that you want for it, call them, tell them you're with Wheel Kinetics. You'll get a little bit of a discount on the price, and you won't pay taxes. In my experience is that the 16s that go on this truck, a set of 6 matching knockoffs, LTs, probably right around $600, and then you could drive this thing to, you know, the Arctic Circle if you wanted to. But right now, it's probably got a pretty short range with those tires. This is unusual for the overhead cluster to work. I'm sorry, the trip computer to work. Usually these things are just terrible, but it's working. It says it's 98, which I think is actually the right temperature. Like I said earlier, the radio, of course, was stolen. Let's see, I don't see any plugs. So what I would do is I would just take it to Best Buy and give them $200 and tell them to put in something with MP3. That way you've got it off and on for the overdrive. And let's go for a ride. See if I can get some light on the boost gauge here. Right now we're on 4, and I'm told that that is plenty. We'll find out here in a second. Well, if you come to Tucson to drive it home, you're going to pay tax and dock fees. You're going to pay a dock fee of $250. You're going to pay taxes, which are 2% city sales tax plus whatever your state tax rate is. So if your state tax rate is, let's say, 3%, and you want to come to Tucson to drive it home, you're going to pay a total of 5% tax. It's your 3% state tax plus our 2% city sales tax. So 5% tax and $250 dock fee. If your state tax rate is 7, you're going to pay 9% tax plus $250 dock fee. If you play by wire, well, this thing's quick. There's the boost. All the gauges are happening. This thing is real quick for right around 10,000 pounds. That's pretty strong. And I like the fact that I had no vibration, even though I have some pretty funky tires. That tells you that everything in the suspension is good. It actually feels very tight in the steering, which is also another unusual thing in a big old Ford truck. Let's do this again with my mouth shut. you pay by wire and ship, all you pay is the agreed upon price. That's it. You don't pay any tax or dock fees. You just deal with your tax man and your motor vehicle fees when it gets there. Once we receive a deposit, we'll put your name in a banner over the truck at wheelkinetics.com and you'll know it's yours. Until then, it is for sale. Last thing I say, and I say this for every single vehicle and every single video I've ever done, if you go and look at any of these vehicles we have online, whether it's this Tahoe or that King Ranch or any of these guys, you're going to hear me say at the end of the video, at about 12-minute mark, right around there, 11, 12, 13-minute mark, the people who built this truck gave it a certain number of years for a warranty, years and mileage. They didn't know what was going to happen to it at a certain point, so they wanted a divorce from it. They didn't know, and they built it. So we don't really know either. There's no way we can know. So please realize that when you buy anything used, whether it's a toaster or a Lazy Boy recliner or, you know, anything, that you have some risk. If you don't want risk, you got to buy new, and then you have 3 years and 36,000 miles of no risk, and then the risk kicks in. Okay, this thing in two-wheel drive would XLT, crew cab, diesel would probably run somewhere around $45,000 or $50,000. So you're saving a fortune, and you're getting a 7.3. But realize we don't know if an injector is going to go out next week or never. We don't know if the air conditioning is going to stop working next week or never. We don't know. So when you buy this truck, it's yours, okay? That's part of buying something used. If you are unaccepting of that reality, please don't buy our vehicle, okay? We haven't had a problem in a long, long time because of this speech. Just know what you're buying, okay? We'll give you as much information as we can. If you want to zoom in on any of this stuff, you can. We'll have about 50 to 60 pictures. HD pictures with a magnifying glass that will allow you to zoom in real tight on this stuff. Anything you want to see, you can see. Then you got this video. You'll have a copy of the title in the ad, and you'll have the information we're giving you. There's nothing being left out. That's about all we know. Okay. So anyway, please bid with as much knowledge as we can give you, and also the knowledge that there's risk. All right. Thank you very much.